Hello, Vinyl community. How you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. Finally back to show recent jazz pickups that I've had this year so far. Did a vinyl grabs a couple weeks ago, week or two ago, and showed everything else. Didn't have any jazz in that. So this is going to be my jazz pickups, mostly from this year. I think there's one or two that actually goes back to December. Not very important. So I have 15 albums here I want to show, and I'm trying to slip in some needle drops. So I'm just going to jump right in for the sake of time here. First, Davis Winchester. Some of you may be familiar with Davis, great YouTube channel. He is in Texas, and he recently has been going through his collection, picking out things that he wanted to try to unload, get some extra cash. So he offered stuff out to the VC. Very organized, had a spreadsheet and all that. Went through them in some live streams, and I went through the list, and there was a bunch of stuff that I wanted. But I ended up buying 4 albums from Davis, and yeah, they're great. I haven't listened to any of these yet. They came in, I don't know, last week. But Davis was honest about everything, packaged everything real nice. Everything was accurately described, and he gave pretty good deals. So thank you so much, Davis. If you're watching this, I am very happy to have these 4 records. And it's even a little bit more special knowing them that they were in your collection at one point. So these 4 are, first, Milt Jackson Sunflower, classic record on CTI. This is a promotion copy. On here you have Herbie Hancock on keys, Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Ron Carter on bass, and Billy Cobham on drums. So this is great. This came out in 1973. Yeah, 1973. You can see here it's a promo copy. Actually, it's a white label promo. That's the inner here. If you ever wondered what a CTI white label promo looked like, there it is. So this is an album I kind of always wanted to get my hands on, never did. Davis had it for sale. Great deal on it too. So cool to have this. Milt Jackson, the great vibraphonist. Next, Max Roach, Chattahoochee Red. This was 1978. Oh, I'm sorry, 1981. What label is this on? Oh, it's on Columbia. So, you have Max Roach on drums, chimes, timpani, percussion, Calvin Hill on bass, violin, Cecil Bridgewater on trumpet, flugelhorn, Odeon Pope on tenor sax and alto flute, and the oboe, and Walter Bishop Jr. on piano on the last song on side 1 called We Fay. Yeah, this is great. I love the alto flute on Lonesome Lover, I think it is. Yeah, good stuff. So thrilled to have this one for cheap and in great condition. An awesome one is the Centaur and the Phoenix, the big sound of Yusef Lateef. This is on Riverside. What year was this one? 1960. So you got a lot of players on this one. Of course, Yusef Lateef on tenor, oboe, flute, and argle. Clark Terry, Richard Williams on trumpets, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Tate Houston on baritone sax, Jose Taylor on bassoon, Joe Zawinul on piano, Ben Tucker on bass, Lex Humphrey on drums. This is from a couple sessions in New York from October 4th and 6th of 1960. And this is on Riverside. And Davis had these all sleeved up in disc keeper sleeves, which is nice. And pretty nice outer sleeves as well. So thanks again, Davis. Thrilled to have that one. And the final thing I got from Davis is Looking at Byrd by Archie Shepp and Niels Henning Usted Peterson. This is another one that I've wanted. It's on Steeplechase. So was really stoked that he had this one for sale. Great album. I already mentioned it's on Steeplechase label there. So yeah, great stuff. Just Archie Shepp on tenor and soprano sax, and of course Pedersen on bass. This was recorded on February 7th, 1980, and it was released in 1981. So once again, Davis, thank you so much. I know there's been several or a lot of people showing the stuff that they've picked up from you. So very kind of you to offer these out to us, and at a fair and great deal. So thanks again. Okay, now some other things here. And this first one is a biggie for me. This is Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, A Night in Tunisia. And this is a Japanese pressing from 1977. 1978. Originally came out in 1961. All-time classic album. If I had to put a favorite Blakey and Jazz Messengers, this very well may be it. Really just love this album, and I've never been able to find a copy. So I was thrilled to get this Japanese pressing. It sounds terrific. So the Jazz Messengers at this time, Lee Morgan, Wayne Shorter, Lee Morgan on trumpet, Wayne Shorter on tenor sax, Bobby Timmons on piano, Jimmy Merritt on bass, and of course Art Blakey on drums. So, just the label there. And here's the insert. I love it. Yeah, so, and this is in excellent condition here. So, checked off a biggie off the list here. Next, another biggie. This is Jay and Kai, and it's just called Jay and Kai. So the great J.J. Johnson and Kai Winding on both on trombone. They put out a lot of albums together. This one is excellent on Savoy from 1955. Yes, 1955. with I don't think it says on here, but it's a Rudy Van Gelder. Yeah, this is great condition on Savoy here. Really great sounding, really great album. And on here you have let's see, on just about all the songs you have J.G. Johnson on trombone, Kai Winding on trombone, Billy Bauer on guitar, Charles Mingus on bass, Kai Winding on trombone, if I didn't say that already, Wally Cirillo on piano, Kenny Clark on drums, and yes, it does say Rudy Van Gelder engineer here. And then on a couple tracks you have Johnson and Winding on both on trombone, Leo Parker on baritone, Hank Jones on piano, Al Lucas on bass, Shadow Wilson on drums. And then on one song you have Johnson and Winding on trombone, Lou Stein on piano, Eddie Safransky on bass, and Tinny Khan on drums. This is a terrific, terrific album. 1955 on Savoy. Okay, next, from 1978, this is Gateway 2 by John Abercrombie, Dave Holland, and Jack DeJohnette. This is a promotional copy on ECM. There's the guys there. Last year, mid-last year, I think, I picked up the first album, Gateway, which came out in 1975, and that album blew me away. I love that album. And this is the sequel that came out a few years later. So you have Dave Holland on bass, John Abercrombie on electric and acoustic guitars and electric mandolin, and then Jack DeJohnette on drums and piano. This one I actually haven't played yet, but I was happy to get it. Like I said, it's on ECM there. And this is a promotional copy. So not quite as good as the first Gateway album, but definitely wanted to have this in the collection. Okay, next, another biggie, and this came out in 1977, and this was only put out in Italy, but this is Max Roach and his album called The Lodestar. Really hard to come by, but big want for a long time. And this is a double album with just two songs. So side 1, side 2 is a song called The Martyr, and side 3, side 4 is a song called 6 Bits Blues. On here you have obviously Max Roach on drums, Cecil Bridgewater on trumpet, Billy Harper on tenor sax, and Reggie Workman on bass. Great thing about this one, it is filled with solos, and each one of those guys, tremendous. Reggie Workman, especially in my opinion, he kills it on this album. His sound, I don't know, his bass just cuts through everything, and he's just got a great sound on this. So this is on the Horo label, The label I never, I hadn't had anything on before, but that's what it looks like. So, thrilled to have this one, and going down the list of Max Roach albums that I want, and this was a biggie. So, the Lodestar, Max Roach. Great, great stuff. Okay, so moving along here, another biggie. This is Donald Byrd, A New Perspective on Blue Note from 1964. Blue Note 4124. So this came out in 1964, and this is a later release, 1973, on the Black Bee label there. Yeah, really great album. This, you see here, it says Band and Voices. This actually has vocalizations on it, but it's wonderful. Really, really great album. So on here, you have Donald Byrd on trumpet, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Donald Best on vibes, Kenny Burrell on guitar, Herbie Hancock on piano, Butch Warren on bass, and Lex Humphreys on drums. And then the voices are directed by Coleridge Parkinson. So yeah, terrific Blue Note release here. Donald Byrd, A New Perspective. And one of the classic Blue Note covers there. Always thought this one was a good one. Also from 1964. Another great one. This is Philly Joe Jones and Elvin Jones together. They are not related, but two of the best drummers in jazz on this album here. Put out by Atlantic on the plum and that deep orange Atlantic label, which is one of my favorite labels, I should say. Yeah, another great album. On here, of course, you got Philly Joe Jones and Elvin Jones on drums. Again, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, the great Blue Mitchell on trumpet, Curtis Fuller on trombone, Wynton Kelly on piano, and Paul Chambers on bass. So, truly incredible lineup on this album. Just fantastic. Thrilled to actually get this one. This was from a Carolina Soul auction. So thrilled to have picked this one up. Really great. Sticking with Elvin Jones. This is his 1967 release, Midnight Walk. Again on Atlantic. And this is a 2019 Speaker's Corner reissue. Great job on this one. They did a great job with the reissue. Speaker's Corner typically does a really nice job, so happy that they reissued this one and I was able to get a copy of it. It's on the that green and blue Atlantic label. So the players on this one, of course, Elvin Jones on drums. And then on half of the album you have Thad Jones on trumpet, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Dollar Brand on piano, Donald Moore on bass, and Steve James on electric piano. And then the other half of the album is Elvin Jones on drums, Thad Jones on trumpet, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Dollar Brand on piano, Donald Moore on bass, and then George Abend on percussion. So, wonderful album here by Elvin Jones on Atlantic. Great one. Farmer met Gryce on Prestige. This is from 19... This originally came out in 1956, I believe. This is a 1977 repress. Initially, it's taken from two different sessions from 1954 and 1955. They were put out on 10-inch records, so they put them as a compilation on this When Farmer Met Gryce, so Art Farmer and Gigi Gryce. This is another great one. This is actually a Japanese reissue from 1977. It doesn't have the inner Japanese insert that Japanese releases typically do, but this is the Prestige label there. This is in mono. So the session from 1954 was the Art Farmer Quintet featuring Gigi Gryce. And that had Horace Silver on piano, Percy Heath on bass, and Kenny Clark on drums. And then the session from 1955, you had Art Farmer on trumpet, Gigi Gryce on alto sax, Freddie Reed on piano, Addison Farmer on bass, and Art Taylor on drums. And obviously in that 54 lineup, you also had Art Farmer on trumpet and Gigi Gryce on alto sax. So, yeah, this is a great one too, and an awesome cover for this one. So another great one for the collection. Yeah. Now going back to Max Roach, this is an album he put out in 1960. This is Parisian Sketches, the Max Roach Quintet, recorded in Paris on Mercury. This is awesome. Really, really great. There's the Eiffel Tower there. It was recorded in Paris. Here is the Mercury label. So on this album you have Max Roach on drums, Tommy Turrentine on trumpet, Stanley Turrentine on tenor sax, Julian Priester on trombone, and Bob Boswell on bass. And really, really wonderful. I wanted to read something on the back here. Now I can't remember what it was. One entire side is devoted to the title work, Parisian Sketches, a 5-part tour of the illustrious city of Paris, with solos contributed by each member of the quintet. So yeah, this is a little bit of damage right here on the cover, but not a big deal. Otherwise, it's in awesome condition. Great gloss there, as you can see. Really, really awesome. So I think we're down to the last two here. Next one, yeah. This is the Duke Ellington Orchestra doing the soundtrack for Otto Preminger's Anatomy of a Murder. Classic album here from 1959. The movie starred James Stewart, Lee Remick, Ben Gazzara, Arthur O'Connell, Eve Arden, and Catherine Grant. So, bit of orchestral jazz, but this is really great too. On Columbia, 6i right there. So, classic album, Duke Ellington. Wonderful stuff here. Happy to have picked that one up. Last but not least here, another classic from 1976, and it's Miles Davis, Water Babies. So this is Miles getting more into jazz fusion, but yeah, great album. On here you have Miles Davis on trumpet, Herbie Hancock on keyboard, the great Tony Williams on drums, Ron Carter on bass, and then Wayne Shorter on soprano and tenor sax. And then on side 2, you have the same players plus Chick Corea on keyboard and Dave Holland also on bass besides Ron Carter. So, terrific. And this also is on Columbia. So a lot of interesting and wonderful pickups, in my opinion. Kind of all over the jazz spectrum. But really happy to have all of these here. So, yeah, that's the latest jazz pickups. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope everyone's doing well. I have some upcoming videos planned. Being able to record has been a little tougher lately. You're noticing bigger gaps in between videos for me. I'm trying to improve on that, but it's just hasn't been easy to make the time. But still have videos planned, and yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Drop me a note down in the comments. Love talking with you all. Thank you everyone for subscribing and watching. And I will talk to you all soon in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.